Welcome to another video. Today I am testing out some of the new Shark cards. We're going to see, are they going to make this deck better, the Sharks deck? And we're going to test out some cards in the X deck too. We got the new Nash Knight, that's a level 5 XC that came out in the new set. We got CXZ Nash Knight as well. So we're going to try all that out. We'll see how it goes. So we're going first here, and we're going to start out. These monsters need a water on field to activate their effect. So Abyss Shark, one of the new level 5s. You can target a water monster on the field and special summon it. Or sorry, you don't have to target. If all water monsters are water. All monsters you control are water. Target, special summon, and then you can add a fish to your hand. So you could add the Crystal Shark, but we already have it in hand, so we're going to add a Silent Angler instead. That'll let us do 2 XC summons here. So a pretty versatile searcher here. Definitely want to run this at 3. We're going to start with that Crystal Shark, get it on the field, XZ into the Nash Knight in defense mode. This monster's pretty sweet. Can't be destroyed by battle while number monsters on the field. So as long as we have another number monster, this card can't be destroyed by battle. And then main phase, you can detach 2 materials to attach a number XC monster from your extra deck to this card, and then target a face-up monster on the field and attach it. So basically, you get to steal an opponent's monster, attach as a material. Pretty good way to get rid of opponent's monsters. Doesn't trigger destruction effects, doesn't send it to the graveyard. So really good way to get around a lot of effects that trigger that way. Alright, so what are we going to do next? Now, we're going to make a mistake. Classic mistakes involve you being playing with new cards and not reading everything. So we're going to go into Bahamut Shark. This makes sense here. Well, we had 2 real choices. The one that made the most sense probably just makes Stealth Kraken. It's a number monster, makes our Nash Knight indestructible, and also makes our opponent's monsters water, which sometimes messes people up. But instead we made the Bahamut Shark, and I was trying to do the pretty sweet combo where you rank up Nightmare Shark into Full Armor Black Ray Lancer, and then go into Utopic Draco Future. And then I'll get here, and I'm like, I can't summon anymore. What's wrong? Why can't I make the Utopic Future? We're locked into waters. Abyss Shark locks into waters and XCs. So you got to be really careful when you're playing this deck. So we made a little mistake. That's okay. We're going to set Call by the Grave. We're going to pass the turn. We still got interaction with the Nash Knight. We still got Ash Blossom. Opponent summoning a Dropsies. Now Dropsies effect going to activate when it's sent to the graveyard as material for a Link summon. So we got to negate that. That's probably the best thing to negate. We're going to use our Ash Blossom for that. We did have the option to steal. We could have stolen the Roxy's with our Nash Knight. It wouldn't have been able to Link summon, wouldn't have been able to activate an effect. Probably also viable. Maybe I should have done that. Hard to know what your opponent's doing. Usually they try and bait out your interaction, so I figured I'd let that go through and try and stop what they do next. Opponent has an Adamancipator Researcher. That means they're Adamancipator Prank Kids. So we're gonna steal before he can activate. This is an ignition effect, so he's got to have priority. So in response to the summon, we're gonna get stealing. Now, a little awkward part of this card is you have to attach a monster from your extra deck as material to resolve this effect. So you gotta have number 101 Silent Honor Arc. There are some other cards that are SRs you could use instead. Honor Arc is the best one, and it's a UR. You're only using it as a material for this. You're not really going to be summoning this ever, but kind of funny that Konami made it so you have to use a UR just to activate this effect. But opponent is making a Block Dragon. We're just going to hit that with the Call by the Grave, stop him from adding 3 rock monsters to hand. And looks like our mistake was not that bad. Opponent's just left with 1 little Earth Charmer against the world here. Not enough attack points to get over anything. No Block Dragon, no cards to hand, and opponent is gonna get out of here. They're done. Alright, be sure to check out the full deck list at the end of the video. I'm gonna have some more gameplay. Let's get going. If you like this deck, be sure to let me know down in the comments, and subscribe to the channel to see more deck lists I'll be building in the coming week. I'm gonna be trying out some Marincess because they got all those new cards. I want to see how good they really are. Now we're playing the Adventure Engine in this deck just because it's really good. Now you got to be paying attention with Adventure. There's a bit of anti-synergy because if you activate Adventure, you cannot activate a normal summon monsters effect. So that means Buzzsaw is offline, but don't necessarily always need to activate Buzzsaw. And Adventure being searchable with Foolish Burial means it's just really easy to access. It's a good way to remove back row as well, which this deck kind of struggles with. Opponent going to Ash Blossom. They're Ash Blossom the effect to search for the equip spell, so that's probably not the best Ash target. You probably want to Ash this effect to add the Griffin Rider. We're going to discard that Silent Angler, and that actually helps our deck a little bit here, because we got the White Mirror. Let's activate targeting the Silent Angler in graveyard. That's going to special summon it and add another one to hand. So now we get to go into a rank 4XZ as well. We're not locked into anything. So like in that last game, I tried to do this combo but messed it up. This time we're going to do it the right way. Special summon that Nightmare Shark, get the Black Ray Lancer. Easy rank up into the Utopic Future. And rank up again into Utopic Draco Future. That's going to be not destroyable by card effects or battle. Once per turn, can detach a material and negate the effect of a monster. If that monster is on the field, you can destroy it, or gain control of it, sorry. And we're going to do that right here, except we accidentally chain block ourselves. Fateful Adventure, you can, when a monster is summoned, search for that equip spell and attach it. And I chose yes. If I had not chosen yes, I could have negated that effect with Utopic, but because I did that, I actually chain blocked my opponent's effect. So I'm not able to negate it. That's okay. You can play through this. Our opponent's playing Branded Despia. Could be in trouble. We do not want the Branded Lost on the field. It'll prevent us responding to fusion summons. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Opponent going to activate Crossout, hopefully trying to trick us into conceding. They're sending an Edge Imp Chain to the graveyard, or to the Banish Zone. That does not do anything. Not sure why opponent did that. Maybe they got excited, forgot they didn't have Adventure in their deck. Opponent going for the Branded Fusion. We don't have a way to negate this, but we can negate the monsters that he summons. So opponent going to make that Lubellion. Now, unfortunately, when this activates, like 3 effects go on chain. So another, there you go, another effect on chain. So the Lubellion, we cannot negate its effect. We would have loved to negate it with our Utopic Future, but because opponent chain blocked, we can't negate it. So we gotta let it go through. That's okay. They're adding that Ad Libitum to hand, and Lubellion's gonna fusion summon into the Mirror Jade. Now that's okay. This is okay again. Opponent can't actually destroy our monsters on the field. If he activates his effect to banish, we negate and steal that Mirror Jade. Opponent, don't you be dumb. Don't activate. Opponent, what are you doing? Alright, opponent is clearly a fool. Let's steal his Mirror Jade. Opponent, all you had to do was not do that. If you had not done that, you know, nothing bad would have happened. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient, opponent. Opponent, getting that Brandon Red set on the field, but we got their Mirror Jade. We don't have anything to send to the graveyard to activate its effect, but that's okay. Let's activate Fateful, try and get our Dracoback back, but opponent's going to activate Maxi again. And in response, they're going to activate the Branded. Opponent just going ham here. We did not negate the Maxi. I want to negate something more impactful than that. We don't need to summon monsters here, so I'm not worried about negating that. And then opponent goes straight in the Guardian Chimera. Guardian Chimera going to pop and draw cards. We got to finish discarding. We discarded a lifeless Leaf Fish that we had in our hand here. Keep that Wandering Griffin Rider. We do have our normal summon for Buzzsaw, so we're not out of this yet. But the Guardian Chimera is going to pop, and again, chain blocked with Ad Libitum and with the Despian Tragedy. So if we negate here, we're not really getting much value. Opponent can pop either the Mirror Jade or the Adventure token, and if they're smart, they're going to pop that Adventure token. Looks like opponent knows what he's doing. Draws 2 cards here. Activates the effect of a Luber, trying to negate a card effect on our field until the end of turn. Now, we probably didn't need to negate this. Probably could have left this. Would have had more materials for our Utopic Future, but I did choose to negate here. Keep the effects of my Utopic Dragon. And we want to pass turn because our opponent has Maxi. We don't want to give him a million cards. We can summon our Griffin Rider before, but we missed the window because our boy got popped. So no Griffin Rider anymore. Opponent activating the Aluber. Gonna try and add a Branded spell to hand. We're gonna negate. Opponent trying to get around the negate by using Branded and fusion summoning that monster out of off the field. Now that would work normally for an effect that targets, but because of the way Utopic Future works, it negates the effect. So if the monster's not in the field, it's still negated. Yu-Gi-Oh! Just Yu-Gi-Oh! Things. Opponent making that Lubellion. But the effect of the Luber is negated. Opponent going to activate Fusion Summon a Quiritus. Quiritus able to make non-fusion monsters attack 0. Going to attack into our Utopic Dragon, deal us a bunch of damage. Opponent probably should have just gone for max damage there. We're not doing much with that card they destroyed, but happy to pass back to us. Their fusion monster is going to come in handy since it's immune to that effect. of the attack reduction. Let's make a Stealth Kraken using our Buzzsaw Shark. Because we used a right-hand shark from the deck that we searched for with the Buzzsaw, this cannot be destroyed by battle. Also makes everything water, which really messes up the Lubellion. This needs a dark monster to fuse, and uses monsters from the field, graveyard, or face-up banished cards. So opponent has access to monsters in the graveyard, but monsters in the field are all water now. Hopefully that messes our opponent up a little bit. Also, they could be running out of materials in the extra deck. They're going to make our attack 0 here. We're going to try and pop with the Stealth Kraken, but they protect by banishing the branded opening. Stops their fusion monster from being destroyed. Let's just get in a pity attack here. We could have made a Zeus, but no real reason to make Zeus. Our Utopic Future Dragon has no more materials, sadly. So not much use to putting a Zeus over him. And our Stealth Kraken's already doing some good work, so we're going to leave it. Also can't be destroyed by battle. Opponent, activate and Fright for Patchwork. We're going to respond with a Stealth Kraken. Try and pop this Lubellion. We don't want that on the field. Deal some 1200 damage to our opponent here. They get a Polymerization and an Edge Imp Chain. What are you going to do next, opponent? Opponent, fusing into Verte. Is there a DP in our future? All monsters are water. Opponent, making another Lubellion. That's Lubellion number 3. Searching for Ad Libitum. But opponent is done. Not really sure why opponent couldn't activate the effect of the Lubellion there. Maybe they didn't have materials in the deck. Maybe everything being water was going to be a pain for them. Or maybe they just didn't want to try and fight through this indestructible monster and have their board wiped if they ended up popping this Mirror Jade. So opponent just giving up. Supposedly top tier deck, losing to Sharks. Maybe Sharks is top tier. Yeah, got to consider it. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, draw another hand with the Adventure Engine. Now we got Water Enchantress and Right. So if our opponent has an Ash Blossom, that's not going to stop us. Get that second copy of the Right here. Let's activate, get the token. Unfortunately, opponent has a Max C. Now I don't want to give my opponent too many cards, but we can give him 1 card, maybe 2 because we got Fusion Destiny. Let's get that Adventure token. Opponent draws a card here. Search for the Griffin Rider. Now we don't need to summon the Griffin Rider here. We can summon it on our opponent's turn. Prevent them from getting an additional card. So we'll wait. Let's activate Fusion Destiny though. We do probably need more interaction than just 1 negate that can't even be activated in response to the first thing our opponent does. So let's get that Destiny Hero on field. Pass back to the opponent. Opponent got a lot of cards here. They're going to Fossil Dig. Let's get that Griffin Rider on the field. So our negate's back online. I probably would not have negated a Fossil Dig. This is either Dinosaurs or Pacifist or some sort of stun deck. Opponent searching for Megalo Smasher tells me that this is either Pacifist or some sort of stun deck, and the 4 back row cards tells me this is probably stun. So these are probably negates like Solemns, effects that maybe like goes and mash, make us tribute our field. Let's try and pop one of the back row. We gotta hope we get lucky here. Just pop the middle one, hit a Solemn. That's pretty good. Happy to hit Solemn here. Now the idea is on our turn, we're gonna bounce one of these back rows back to hand with the Dracaback. Just get it out of the way, hopefully stop it from activating. We got 1 negate with the Griffin Rider, and then use our DP to try and pop everything else. In our hand, we can hopefully make another rank 4. Although we can only pop monsters with our Xyz. Xyz, we don't have a good Xyz for dealing with traps. Opponent activating Torrential. That's probably a good negate target. Let's try and negate with the Griffin Rider. Opponent gonna Skill Drain. Skill Drain will negate the Griffin Rider, but we can pop the Skill Drain, stop it from being on the field. But opponent's last card is a Solemn Strike. Paying 1500 life points, negating the activation of our DP. So we don't get to pop. That Skill Drain is gonna be online, and our Griffin Rider is getting popped by that Torrential Tribute. Venture Package is offline. No way to bounce stuff back to hand. That means no way to get rid of that Skill Drain. DP luckily will activate in Graveyard. And we still got another Right, so we can make another token, but we don't have another Dracaback. Let's special summon that Denier from the graveyard. Just hit our opponent. We're in a race here. We gotta get our opponent dead before they get us dead. DP gonna come back, but no effect Just a 2500 beat stick now. Although if he dies, he comes back from the graveyard. Opponent summoning a Megalo Smasher, going into our Denier. Very rude opponent. Now, we're going to draw a card here, and we're going to remember we're playing Sharks. We got Foolish Burial. Now, there's some neat little tech here with Foolish. Now, usually with Foolish, you'd send a right-hand Shark to the graveyard if you have an empty field. You can special summon it. You could also use Foolish to send the Water Enchantress to the graveyard, start your adventure package. But then there's another card that just got added that we can search for, and that's the Crystal Shark. If there's a water monster on field, you can target it when this card is in the hand or graveyard, special summon it. And there is a water monster on the field. We don't control it. It's our opponent's Megalo Smasher, so we actually can reduce our opponent's monster attack and special summon the Crystal Shark. Attack over, and that would have been lethal. We didn't even have to keep going. We could have XC summoned using our little boy in hand here, but opponent is not willing to fight anymore. They're done. Beating up that stun player. Alright, let's do one more game here. Alright, we're going second. We got a good going second hand though. Lightning Storm can pop opponent's field or back row. Opponent going for the Adventure Engine. Activate a Faithful Adventure to get a negate online. Let's Ash Blossom now. If we don't, then they'll have a negate, so we won't be able to stop them. But opponent has call by, so they're free to do whatever they want. We gotta hope this Lightning Storm can help us out on our turn. Opponent gonna finish their little adventure here. Search for the equip spell. And they're gonna make a Cherubini. Playing Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights actually got unhit on the ban list. Let me know in the comments if you think that makes sense. Phantom Knights are pretty strong. So not sure why they were chosen to get unhit. They still got Adventure, they still got DPE. They were kind of indirectly hit recently. But opponent's gonna wombo combo for a while. Played Phantom Knights before. Now typically what they do is they set up a... they used to be able to set up Rongo, but that got banned. So they can't do that anymore. Set up an Artifact Dagda. Get a Scythe, and they Scythe block us so we can't use cards from our extra deck. And that is what our opponent's doing here. They're going to go into the DPE with the Verte and make basically the ability to pop their own Scythe on our turn, so we won't be able to summon from the extra deck. They also, unfortunately, they don't have a, or unfortunately for them, they don't have a negate. We do have our Lightning Storm, but Lightning Storm won't stop them. And they got that DP online, which means they're going to be able to pop cards. And we can't turn our DP online because we can't use the extra deck. Opponent going for it. Instantly activating that Scythe. Stopping us from using our extra deck. That turns our whole deck offline. Now, we can Lightning Storm and hope for the best here. Pop all their monsters. That does quite a lot of damage, but that DP is coming back. And the Dagda is going to give him another Scythe on the field. Pretty awkward, which means we got to attack over that. Can't even set our monster in defense mode. Foolish Burial lets us get Crystal Shark, but again, we're not able to summon from the extra deck. Cool trick about Lifeless Sleefish. Lifeless can send Crystal Shark to the graveyard. Crystal Shark can special summon itself. You can make a level 4 as long as it's a number monster. Crystal Shark can be used as a 3 or 4. So you can use Crystal Shark to make a level 4 number. So that means you could make a number 4 Stealth Kraken here. So not terrible. Let's send that right-hand Shark to the graveyard. Now, this game, because we had Foolish Burial, this game made me put the Adventure Engine in the deck. Let me know if you think that's the right call. Before this game, no Adventure Engine. After this game, I was like, hey, Foolish Burial could have let me Adventure. Doesn't care about Scythe block. I could have, returned a card to the hand, brought a negate online, attacked for a bunch of damage. Their DP would have come back, but I would have still been in it. Let me know what you think. Opponent's got free reign here. They got DPE. They're going to be able to Adventure again. We just got to hope we fade them for a turn. Opponent getting that Adventure token. Searching for the Dracaback. They also had a Ghost Bell. So they could have negated a graveyard effect anyway, even if we had gotten the Adventure Engine online. Opponent making a Phantom Breaksword. And this is lethal. My opponent's just showing off now. Popping a card. Opponent, what are you doing? Come on. Honorable victory here. They're going for the Raiders Knight. Not feeling honorable today. They're going to boost to 3,300 attack points, 3,000 attack points, make an Arc Rebellion, go up to 9,000 attack, and get us for lethal. Alright, opponent. Well, your Scythe Lock got us. Tried our best, but sometimes Sharks can't win. We're gonna have to try one more game. I said this was the last one, but we're not gonna let Scythe Lock stop us. Let's do one more. Alright. We got a pretty solid hand here. 1 for 1 is a card I ended up cutting from the deck, but it does let us search for Beautiful Princess. Banish to special summon, right, Buzzsaw Shark. Opponent has an Imperm. Little awkward here, but we actually still have our normal summon. 1 for 1 specials to the field, so we can use our XE Remora. Make a Bahamut Shark. And you've seen this play before. We're going to make the number 47, make the full armor Black Ray Lancer, and then go into Utopic Future. Get that Draco Future online. Once per turn monster negate, can't be destroyed by battle card effects. Let's summon the DPE. Since our Shark got negated, we still can summon non-XC monsters from the extra deck this turn. Set that Imperm and pass the opponent. Opponent, using a Foolish Barrel, send Despian Tragedy to the graveyard. Not going to negate that. Summoning the Jesper. Gonna use Imperm to negate. Opponent branded opening. And using a Brandon in red. Let's pop the Alubra on field because Brandon in red has to fusion summon by banishing monsters from the hand or field, which means if they don't have an Alubra, Jester, or Despian hand, it might mess up their little fusion summon plan here. They're going to fusion summon into the Masquerade. Now, not too worried about Masquerade here. Masquerade can deal damage to us, but not going to be able to get through our Utopic Future. Unfortunately, opponent has Call By as their last card, banishing our DPE. DP really would have helped us grind through our opponent's Despia shenanigans. At least we still got Utopic Future online. Gotta be careful with his negates though. Opponent, getting that Dramaturge. We gotta make sure we get rid of that. So, let's attack into the Masquerade. Stop him from having a fusion monster on field. If a fusion monster special summon, you can target an effect monster on the field negates effects until end of turn. That would not be great. So we gotta hope he can't do that. You just gotta hope now. We do have our monster negate with the Utopic Future, so we're gonna stop that Masquerade from getting summoned. Do not want to have our effect negated. Opponent summoning Keeper Dragon Magic going into Anaconda. Luckily our Verte cannot be stopped by DPE, but they're using an instant fusion to make Thousand Eyes restrict. What a tech. Stealing our Utopic Future. Now I have never seen this. That is pretty sweet from the opponent here. Stealing with Thousand Eyes restrict, and all we got left is a Silent Angler, but we do have a Denier from the graveyard. Let's special summon him. Set that Call by the Grave. Instant Fusion keeps trying to banish that Thousand Eye Restrict, but they're banishing the branded openings from their graveyard to stop it from happening. Using everything on the field and their hand to go into Guardian Chimera. Now we can negate. Guardian Chimera is going to pop our set back row almost certainly. Banish that Aluber. Opponent's got that 3,300 attack Guardian Chimera, but nothing else. We got Silent Angler in hand. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Beautiful Princess, pretty lucky. Let's get another Buzzsaw Shark. Activate the effect. Rank 4 into the right hand Shark. Now this monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Opponent summoning the Masquerade because we summon an XD monster. We're going to make Toad here. Toad can negate, and then we can draw a card by banishing our Lifeless Leafish. Let's attack. Pop our Toad. Toad going to return a card to our hand. Let's return the Toad, and let's rank up XD into the Zeus. Was this the cleanest line? No, this was definitely not the cleanest. If you look at my extra deck, I had a Heartland Draco. I could have just done that, attacked directly, dealt 2,000 damage to my opponent, and had the same end board. But you know what? Sometimes you go a roundabout way to get things done. Let's set that Zeus here. try and negate first, then use the Zeus to clear the field. Opponent going for the attack, forced to use the Zeus. Let's just negate. That Imperm's leaving the field anyway. Zeus wipes the board. Main phase 2, opponent, do you have anything? Opponent has nothing. Silent Angler, 800 attack points. That is lethal damage if our opponent can't stop it. And let's get in for lethal. Alright, what an epic game versus the Despias. Pretty sweet that we beat them twice. Only 2 times I saw them. Maybe they're not so top tier after all. Let's go to the deck list. Alright, here is the full deck list that I settled on. I'm running DP, I'm running Adventure. Now I was a little hesitant to bring Adventure into this deck, but ended up being really good. Adventure is just such a solid engine, helps us deal with back row. That is one thing that this deck struggles with. The extra deck's pretty clogged to get all the combos in, so we don't have room for like a Tornado Dragon, anything like that. If you look at the extra deck, pretty much the whole thing is dedicated to our Shark summoning. Only like real cuts. I guess you could cut the C101 Silent Honor Arc and the Nash Knight. Honestly, never ended up making it. I played quite a few games. You saw the Nash Knight in game 1, but never really was able to go into this. It's probably worth keeping in, just in case you get clunky hand where you can make only can make a rank 5. But if you were to cut anything for something else, I'd say the CXC Nash Knight and the number C101 probably worth cutting. And then you could cut the Silent Honor Arc as well, since there's no need to use it. C101 has an effect that cares about this being in the graveyard. So yeah, that's the deck list. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.